के अंदर मौजूद है। कल भी 5.5 करोड़ श्रद्धालु जनों ने महाकुंभ का स्नान किया था। ये जो भारी दबाव श्रद्धालु जनों के कारण और श्रद्धालुओं के संगम नोच पर जाने के कारण वहाँ पर एक बना हुआ है, लेकिन पूरा प्रशासन मौके पे वहाँ मौजूद है। रात्रि को 1 से 2 बजे के बीच में अखाड़ा मार्ग पर, जहाँ पे अखाड़ों के अमृत स्नान के दृश्य से बैरिकेड्स भी किए गए थे, तो बैरिकेड्स को फांद करके आने में कुछ श्रद्धालु गंभीर रूप से घायल हुए हैं। उन्हें तत्काल हॉस्पिटल में पहुंचा करके उपचार आदि की व्यवस्था उनके लिए की गई है। उनमें से कुछ श्रद्धालु गंभीर रूप से घायल हैं। लगातार प्रशासन स्थानीय स्तर पर श्रद्धालुओं की सकुशल स्नान कराने के दृष्टि से रात्रि को कल सायंकाल 6:30-7 बजे से ही मौनी अमावस्या का मुहूर्त प्रारंभ होने के बाद से ही लगातार लगा हुआ है।
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended his condolences to those who lost their loved ones in the incident.
कुंभ में जो दुखद हादसा हुआ है, उस हादसे में हमें कुछ पुण्यात्माओं को खोना पड़ा है। कई लोगों को चोटें भी आई हैं। मैं प्रभावित परिवारों के प्रति संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं और घायलों के जल्द स्वस्थ होने की कामना करता हूं। मैं यूपी सरकार के साथ निरंतर संपर्क में हूं। मौनी अमावस्या की वजह से करोड़ों श्रद्धालु आज वहां पहुंचे हुए हैं। कुछ समय के लिए स्नान की प्रक्रिया में रुकावटें आई थी, लेकिन अब कई घंटों से सुचारू रूप से यात्री स्नान कर रहे हैं। मैं फिर एक बार उन परिवारजनों के प्रति अपनी संवेदना व्यक्त करता हूं।
The Chief Minister also held a meeting with the DGP and Home Secretary on the issue and said that an additional measures have been taken and that religious leaders have decided to allow the devotees to take the holy dip first. Meanwhile, all religious leaders and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath are appealing to the people to not rush to the Sangam Ghat and to take the dip in other ghats. All right, getting you some stories from the south of India. First up, this is the story: Kho Kho World Champions reject Karnataka government's cash prize. There seems to be trouble in the world of sports in Karnataka. 2 players from India's World Cup winning Kho Kho teams have declined the state government's cash award of 5 lakhs, expressing dissatisfaction over the recognition for their achievement. The players, M.K. Gautam and Chaitra B., part of the victorious men's and women's teams respectively in the inaugural Kho Kho World Cup, announced their decision after the announcement by Chief Minister Sasidharan. While speaking to the press, Gautam said, and I quote him here, "We are not disrespecting the Chief Minister by rejecting the award, but we did not receive the respect we deserve. He also said that Karnataka and Maharashtra were the only states to have 2 players each in the World Cup winning teams, but then Maharashtra had provided better support to its players by announcing a 2.25 crores cash award and also government jobs for the players of the winning team. Gautam very clearly highlighted the gross disparity between how the 2 states recognized its players. He criticized the disparity in not only the recognition that they had received as players from Karnataka, but also the huge gaps between traditional sports and cricket. Gautam said, and I quote him, "These days, parents do not let their children play rural games and all the government funds are released for cricket. Even before the last ball is played, people, that is government, announce it on Twitter or X, he meant, about the prize and award." Chaitra B also demanded parity in awards with other World Cup winners and said, "Like other sportspersons, we too have got medals, but we are deprived of the facilities given to sportspersons for various games." The player said that the cash prize does not encourage them to continue in the sport, nor would it inspire others to pursue Kho Kho. Let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, that this development comes at a time when Sasidharan is in charge of the sports ministry. And to speak more on this, I'm being joined by Gul Muhammad Akbar, marathon director and athlete from Karnataka. A very, very warm welcome to you, Mr. Akbar. Happy that you could join us on this broadcast. You know, there are 2 issues in this, Mr. Akbar. One is about how 5 lakhs to these people and around 2.25 crores to Maharashtra players, and both of them playing the same sport. And number 2 issue, Mr. Akbar, is how sports like Kho Kho, which is seen as a rural sport, these are traditional sports, much like Kabaddi or what it's called Hututu in Maharashtra, you know, not given enough encouragement as against cricket. Your comments, Mr. Akbar?
My first point would be a request to Chief Minister, to our Chief Minister, Mr. Sasidharan, to come on parity, because if you look at the percentage difference between 5 crores and what Maharashtra has given, 2.5 crores, 5 lakhs and 2.5 crores, it's very disheartening. And how do we encourage sports? I mean, Maharashtra is not a different country. It's a part of India. So if one state and the other state, you have so much of a disparity in the percentage of money being given to us sports people, I think we should come on par. That's a request to the Chief Minister, point number 1. And point number 2, we all do understand that our local sports like Kho Kho need to be encouraged. And these people are the poster boys and girls for that sport, and they have to be encouraged. And rural sports, you know, most of India is in the rural areas, so rural sports have to be encouraged. And Kho Kho is a great game for them to encourage. It's a big opportunity for them to come forward and take this forward and encourage more people in rural India to take part in such games and sports.
You know, very well said, Mr. Akbar. The other point is, of course, government jobs. Now, we see that both in cricket and hockey, even basketball, you know, even athletes sometimes finding government jobs so that they can totally focus on the sport that they are playing. They have training sessions, you have to travel, you need to have a discipline. To have a full 9 to 5 or 9 to 8, like most corporates now, that's how you work, is going to be impossible for them because they are special. They bring laurels to the nation. But these players, Chaitra and Gautam, they don't even have government jobs from Sasidharan. So, apart from the financial disparity, don't you think they should also be gainfully employed, Mr. Akbar?
I agree with you 100%, because sports nowadays is so demanding and so difficult, so time consuming, and you know, the nutritional level is required, the time to be spent preparing not only for the sport, but also, you know, workouts, different kinds of workouts, whether it's strength training, mobility training, you know, stretching, yoga, all these put together, everything costs. Okay, and the costs are very high. And so they have to provide. It's more difficult. Being a sportsman today is more difficult than doing a 9 to 5 job. So my suggestion is that, you know, this has to be taken very seriously, and this boy and this girl has to be given government jobs, and they have to get equal prize money as the Maharashtra state government. This is a sincere request as a sports person.
Mr. Akbar, tell me something. You know, when we read about Khelo India, when we talk about all the initiatives which have been taken under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it's very clear. Any winning team, and you will see Mr. Modi having a chat with them, encouraging them. Even when they lose a particular game, he always is there to encourage these young people. Is it like state specific, the way any state treats its sports people, sir? Mr. Akbar?
It's very disheartening, it's saddening, it's very discouraging as well. Okay, especially in this day and age, when most children are not getting off the couch, they're sitting and playing video games, and those games on computers. We need to get the generation out into the field playing games. Okay, and we have to encourage. There's no doubt on what you're saying. I'm 100% with you, and I feel sorry for this boy and girl after doing so much and winning an international competition, coming back to just receive a paltry amount of 5 lakhs when their other peers have got 2.5 crores. It's not only unfair, it's very disheartening, and it has a lot of ramifications on the other people in other sports as well. So these people, there has to be a complete turnaround, and sports people have to be encouraged. They have to be given, decent prize money and government jobs like you are suggesting. Because sports now is very, very competitive. The levels of fitness required, the amount of mental agility required, the rest to be taken, and all that is very high. So we need to scale up. Otherwise, we are going to have the next generation which is going to come up, which cannot even produce kids because there's no blood circulation. They're not even moving. Okay, so that explains the level to which you have infertility clinics all over, because children are not playing. They're just sitting at home. This is not, I think, the future of our country, as far as health is concerned, is seriously going to spiral downwards.
On that note, Gul Mohammad Akbar, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. Thank you indeed. Moving on, but we are staying on Karnataka. The factional feud in Karnataka Congress seems to be escalating despite the Congress High Command stepping in and calling upon the warring factions to reach a truce. The latest indication of the rift widening comes from Satish Jarkiholi camp, where, as per reports, a team of 15 MLAs who support Jarkiholi obviously are preparing for a trip to Dubai. During the recently concluded Jai Bapu Jai Bhim Jai Samvidhan session of the Congress in Belagavi, there was a discussion about the plans for a foreign trip by first-time elected Congress MLAs. However, the issue was later put on the back burner. Now, there are reports that a trip by MLAs from the Jarkiholi camp has been arranged, and it has been looked at by political analysts and also several others as a show of strength by Satish Jarkiholi. Now, Satish Jarkiholi has been regularly calling for a new KPCC president, a post which is currently held by Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar. Shivakumar has also in the past hit back at those calling for a new KPCC chief, saying that the post of KPCC chief is not sold at shops for anyone to go grab it. He has also spoken about the issues with the party high command, but it seems like the rift is widening despite the top brass having intervened not once but several times. For more on this, I am being joined by my colleague Muhammad Wajiullah. Waji, welcome to the broadcast. Waji, I mean, this seems to be completely, two major parties in Karnataka, Congress as well as BJP, both of them are witnessing a kind of a war which doesn't seem to be ebbing at all. Satish Jarkiholi, tell me, it was also said that he was supposed to go, he was not supposed to go, he was stopped. But then he said, no, I'll go to Dubai and I'll take all of them. What else are you hearing, Vaji?
Sada, you're absolutely right. There have been rumblings in both these parties for quite some time, and especially Congress. But the rumbling had stopped since the Jai Bapu, Jai Bhim, Jai Samvidhan rally, because the High Command had intervened And then, like you mentioned, Satish Jarakoli said that he might go, he might not go. But there are still talks that he might not go, but the other leaders who are supporters of Satish Jarakoli might just land up in Dubai. Asif Seth was one of the strong leaders who came out and spoke with this regard, said that it is all a personal retreat that we are all going to. We haven't had rest since the time. But what we also know is that behind all of this, there is going to be discussions in Dubai with regards to what will be their plan of action next, because the High Command, though, has stopped the leaders in the state from talking to each other with regards to, or talking to the public with regards to the KPCC post. While DK Shiv Kumar had also said that you do not get this, you can't come to the media and ask for this post. The High Command will also decide this. So these leaders have decided to go to Dubai and have a meeting with regards to all of this. It is still not clear whether Satish Jarakoli will go or not. But if Satish Jarakoli goes, then it is quite evident that these are the leaders who are supporting him, and they really want Satish Jarakoli to be the KPCC president. And then it will be very clear that there is a sort of a divide within the Congress also, like how we see it within the BJP. So we'll have to wait and watch how this moves forward, because as we speak right now, so far Satish Jarakoli has not given any indication that he will go. Asif Seth also, who spoke to the press, did not give any indication that whether Satish Jarakoli will join them or not. He said that yes, there are 14 to 15 leaders who have not taken a break since the time the elections have happened and since they've been elected. They might go for 2-3 days and come back. But at the back of it, from what we've heard from our sources, that because they were not supposed to have meetings in Bengaluru with regards to the development of this KPCC president post, they might go to Dubai and have this discussion. So all this will be waited, and we'll get more clarity if Satish Jarakoli also goes. Then it is quite evident, yes, that both of them are fighting.
Very much, Mohammad Wajiullah, for joining us on this broadcast. Moving on, Malayalam filmmaker Sanal Kumar Sasidharan has landed in legal trouble after a complaint was filed against him for allegedly harassing a prominent film actor on social media. The Elamakar police filed the case against Sanal Kumar when he shared multiple posts tagging the actor and released audio messages allegedly claiming that they were of the actor. The prominent actress, whose identity is supposed to not be revealed, although it's known very clearly she's a female actor, approached the police in response to these actions by Sanal Kumar. According to police sources, Sanal Kumar made this post from the United States of America, where he's been booked under multiple sections of the Bharat Nyaya Sanhita, which includes stalking, criminal intimidation and defamation. This is not the first time that Sanal has been booked for harassing a female actor. In the year 2022, Sanal was accused by an actor of defaming her after she rejected his romantic advances. Sasidharan is, like I said earlier, in the US currently, and the police have reportedly taken all steps to extradite him sooner rather than later. Let me now go across to my colleague Vivek Narayanan for more on this. Vivek, my question first, which rankles with me, is, despite the Hema committee report, despite so many voices coming to the fore, this keeps happening in Malayalam film industry. What use has the Hema committee report been of?
Yes, so this particular issue between Sanal Kumar Sasidharan and the actor has been brewing for a very long time. As you clearly said, in 2022, he was being booked, for making advancements towards her, and that too while she was shooting in a film that was directed by her. So this issue is not new, and this has been there for a very long time. And the actor has been clearly warning Sanal Kumar Sasidharan not to put such posts and make such, put out such messages and come out in public and make these comments. And the actor has been trying to evade him. But for years, Sanal has maintained that the actor's life was in danger and that certain people were preventing him from meeting or communicating with her. Now, remember, in 2022, he faced legal action and detention. He was also arrested at the point of time following the complaint by this actor, who accused him of repeatedly insulting and threatening her on social media, stating that her life was in danger. Now, basically, what Sanal Kumar Sasidharan was trying to say is that, he was in an affair with this actor, and there are other people who are trying to threaten her because of this, and hence she should stay in a secluded place. She should move out from the place where she is staying in Ernakulam at that point of time. and this has become a major issue at the point of various points. This particular issue was taken up by the police. But later what happened was Sanal Kumar Sasidharan has apologized to the actor, saying that he will not make such advancements, he will not make such allegations. But even now, just few days back, he has come out with social media post. I just happened to read his Facebook post and the audio clip which he has put. Now he has put an audio clip, a conversation between him and the actor. And in that audio clip, if you clearly listen, it's very clear that it's not the actor, it's someone else. And it's very clear. But now he says that it's the actor. And, she, in that audio clip, so that it is very interesting, you can listen to that audio clip. And, in that, the actor is seen pleading with him. But, and Sanal Kumar trying to pacify her. So basically, it looks like a planted work. And, there is something more to this entire saga as, from what we are seeing. And that needs to be investigated in this case, because Sanal is right now in USA and he's making all these comments from there. And the police has tried to reach out to him. And what we understand is that, he might be extradited very soon. He's been asked to join the investigation. Only then that we get a clear picture of what exactly happened.
On that note, thank you very much, Vivek Narayanan, for joining us on the broadcast. It's time for a break now, but I'll see you on the other side with lots of news from all over India, particularly the South.
Work too hard. Work smart like me.
Why? Won a lottery, is it?
You can say so. I'm investing in a great scheme in the share market. High returns guaranteed.
Your high returns aren't Karan Arjun for them to definitely come to you.
Meaning?
Dad, there's risk involved in the share market. Nobody can promise guaranteed high returns. It's illegal to do so.
Really?
Yeah.
सोच कर, समझ कर, invest कर.
Your promise is IGI certified. Your ambition is IGI certified. 14-step grading process. 50 years of trust. IGI Trust Certified.
एक्सरसाइज करा करा के मेरी जान निकाल देगा तो तेरा और हमारे बिजनेस का ध्यान कौन रखेगा?
अपने साथ अपनों की लाइफ फिट रखने का परफेक्ट प्लान. Canara HSBC Life Insurance Term Plan. Canara HSBC Life Insurance. Promises का partner.
What is to the nines? In literal terms, it's perfection. But to us, it's not just a phrase, it's an attitude. One that starts at your desk and sends a statement to the world. To the Nines is about taking charge. It's a way of life where every seam, every fold, is crafted with excellence. It's timeless elegance and uncompromising quality made for the corner office. It's the ideas that inspire redefining order and elevating the tabletop. To the Nines, for the leaders of today and the visionaries of tomorrow.
Welcome back. Our next story is coming from Karnataka, and it's a very important story because ASER highlights the alarming state of education, particularly at primary levels in Karnataka. What's the story? What's the solution? Let's find out. The annual Status of Education Report 2024, which is ASER Rural, a nationwide rural household survey that reached 6,49,491 children in 17,997 villages across 605 rural districts in India, was released on Tuesday. The report highlights the status of education in rural areas post-COVID, the drops and the improvements, as it were. Let's focus on how Karnataka has performed, where the survey was conducted in 30 districts, 900 villages, 17,702 households and 1,20,000 children from the age group of 3 years to 16. Now, going by the ASER report, around 21.5% of class 3 children were able to read class 1 level text, but they could not read class 2 level text. And only 15.9% could read class 2 level text. Also, 32% of government school and 37.8% of private school children in class 5 were able to read class 2 level text, and what is glaring is that 1.2% of class 8 students did not even know letters. Now let's come to numericals of class 3. 16.3% could recognize numbers only up to 9, but failed to recognize numbers up to 99 or higher, and 53% managed numbers up to 99 but failed to do subtraction. But then all is not such bad news. The percentage of class 3 students who could read class 2 level textbook has increased, both at government and private schools. According to the survey report, in government schools it almost doubled from 7.7% in 2022 to 15.4% in 2024, and in private schools it increased from 11.7% to 17.2%. The ASER report also showed that Karnataka witnessed a decrease in enrollment, which is worrisome, between the age group of 6 and 14-year-olds at government schools. It was 76% during 2022 and reduced to 71% in the latest report. Insofar as digital literacy goes, a major conduit, which was during COVID, most students were studying through their smartphones, and those who could afford it, laptops. 93% children were in possession of smartphones at home, and 76% of them were able to use smartphones, and 63% of these could bring smartphones to school during the survey. Of the children aged between 14 to 16, 70% were recorded as active on social media, and of this 52% were able to block or report profiles. So let's look at the overall. It's very clear that the digital section of this education among school children from 6 to 16 has improved a lot, which is smartphones, laptops, tablets. But the written word seems to be a worrisome trend when we go forward. Let me welcome Kumar, who's General Secretary of CAMS, to the debate. Hi Shashi, good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
To be, for a class 3 child to only recognize numeral till 9 and not know beyond 9, what a worry that is. We all knew it at, I think, upper KG.
It is nothing surprising. It is nothing surprising. Year on year, ASER is giving such reports. Who is bothered to rectify this? Nobody is worried to bring out the quality and accountability, which was the prime topic in 2005. Unfortunately, so far, so good. No government has tried to touch upon it. Even though NEP came into force, nothing is being taken positively and implemented especially at pre-primary and primary of this country. That is the cascading effect what we are seeing here. We are seeing here only because of various factors. It is the cascading effect. Because we have not given proper teachers, we are not giving infrastructure. Only these things have been spoken. But what are we not giving is the rightful curriculum and accountability of even those children is also such an important part of bringing quality.
Shashi, also this is very worrisome that 21% of a class 3 child is able to read class 1 level text. but fails to read class 2 level, then how did this child
I think last time I expressed this in Koppal, one particular district, there is a 7,000 students who doesn't know at level 10. That is, they are going to public exam. Out of them, they don't know even to read and write their mother tongue. This is the situation, because all this is happening once RT came into force.
Right.
We know that the drastic interest among students to minimum learn has been declined. Minimum learning outcome has not been evaluated. Minimum learning outcome is not been guaranteed. And whose fault it is? It is a policy fault. When children are being left totally free pass till 1 to 8, why will they try to put their effort? The brain complete, it has been like, it is the transformation period. At that point of time, we are not tapping it rightfully scientifically. This is the impact of that, because they are not guaranteed minimum. We are talking about minimum.
Right.
What you are saying, numbers are...
So basically, basically Shashi, what you're saying is that a class 3 student able to read class 1 text but not class 2 text means he or she has been promoted without any exam. It's like, okay, go to next class. You know, therefore there was this conversation whether there should be exams or whether they should be promoted. And of course, you and I had a discussion about it. But what is more worrisome as we proceed, Shashi? Class 8 student, class 8 student who is in middle school will go to 10th, that is PUC in the south or intermediate in the south, and plus 2 also for CBSE students, does not even know letters. I mean,
I will ask this country, Sudha, it is whose fault? It is whose fault? Is it the student fault? No, I will never agree, because it is the policy fault. You are bringing them without learning till 8th, and 9th you are showing sympathy, and 10th you are trying to put all your effort and giving a free marks. This is the problem.
Right.
Which I am keeping telling from several years. We are supposed to address rightfully. The country has realized it, and that is why the amendment, RT Amendment 2019 with Section 16 came into force. We are not bothered about it. NEP has clearly said 5 to, especially the children between 3 and 10 is very crucial period. At that point of time, if the pre-primary and primary has to be given enough importance.
Right.
Where is it happening?
All right. So, you know, but the thing is that, like I said, that all is not bad news. Now, class 3 students who could read class 2 level textbook, it's increased in both private and government schools. Now, how do you explain? It's almost double, they say. This report says from 7.7 to 15.4, you know, in private schools.
Comparing this to COVID impact, then bringing it more or less nearby. Even we are increasing by 4%, 5%, 7%. This is not justified. We are talking about 2027 is the target, wherein literacy and numeracy is going to be 100%. Right?
Okay.
Where is it? Where is the benchmark? Still, where are we? Where is the roadmap?
There is no, there is a constant fight. Only thing I see, Shashi, constant fight between national education policy and all the states which are being governed by Congress government saying no national education policy. Stalin says it, Sasidharan also says it. They say we can manage very well. But are they managing? Are they managing?
My one submission to this country and this big political heads, don't politize education, number one. National education policy, the topics, especially first 3 topics, are purely connected with child development, and nobody can deny it. There is some certain issues within the policy of all the 8 chapters. Let us address that. But nobody can deny the vision of NEP. It is very clear. It is scientific on first 3 chapters.
Okay. Tell me something.
Literacy and numeracy is must. Enrollment is must. And it is the obligation of any government.
Right. You're speaking about enrollment, Shashi. They say that there has been a decrease between the age of 6 and 14-year-olds at government schools. Why has enrollment come down? That is very worrisome. If you don't enroll your child, that's it. If there are dropouts, then you are not achieving any kind of a milestone.
Yes. As per NEP, as per child's right, it is the obligation of parent also to see that they give a basic education. If not, let the law take its hand. Law should enforce there. Why are we showing that it is an unfortunate state? Second thing is, the numbers are decreasing because the population is also coming lesser in compared to earlier years. And there is a supply chain more.
Yes, you're
all
right.
these factors, there are 8 to 10 factors which I can give. It is a long debate why the admissions are coming down in schools, not only in government schools, even in private schools, because supply chain is more.
Right. Okay.
Earth is also reducing.
But how do you react, Shashi, to the digital aspect of education, which is really booming? I must say, smartphones at home, 76% of them able to use it so well. They are bringing it to school, 14 to 16 years, they are using it very well. I'll tell you what, I'm old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned, Shashi. If you don't read and write, this generation is spoiled. I know people who can't write 2 sentences today. They do not know grammar.
I agree.
It's because of the smartphone.
100% no doubt whatever you are saying. But one good thing is 93% of digital enhancement is a welcome sign, but simultaneously the percentage of usage of that smartphones in the school is absolutely not acceptable, because there is lot of diversions in that. And second aspect, you can't replace teacher, you have to blend. Hybrid blended module is there and you have to go with that, but see that the digital will not overrule the old traditional method, and we have to see that both is balanced. And nevertheless, you have to be very conscious about misusing of this in the name of education.
Shashi, tell me something. There was one point that government schools did not have enough teachers. There were no uniforms, no shoes, no books for children. Then the private schools came as an option, and those who were doing slightly better put their kids in private schools. But then I see that the private schools are also not doing brilliantly.
See, due to various factors, what you mean by government school is, my simple understanding is 95% of this country's private unaided schools run their thing below the per child expenditure of any appropriate government. Okay. Please do understand, Sudha. They run between 10,000 to 40-50,000 and the number is 95%. We are talking about 1 to 2% of the whole population who have a private unaided school wherein they pay hefty fees of like 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh. We can't compare that. They are nothing but they are also providing for middle segment, economically weaker section or below poverty line. By and large, 85% nearly in urban and more than 55% overall. The private unaided schools are catering the responsibility of the government. We should think about that. When it comes to per child expenditure, the scenario is different. We are budget schools most in this country. We are taking the original responsibility of the any appropriate government, and we should be respected, but we are being targeted. We have been commercialized in every aspect. We have been commercialized. We have been targeted. We have been tortured. This is the reality.
Words. Very, very strong words coming from Shashi Kumar, General Secretary of CAMS. He says that who's listening? These reports can keep coming, but who's listening? There has to be a policy decision to improve the scenario. Thank you so much, Shashi, for joining us on this broadcast. Thank you. Some political news now coming from Karnataka. There are multiple problems in Karnataka BJP, what with Yatnal and Ramesh Jarkioli challenging the presidentship of B.Y. Vijendra, calling him immature and unsuitable for the post. And then the way Sriramulu, one of the prominent ST leaders in Karnataka, offered to quit recently because he felt slighted by what he called was an insult to him. It happened, let me tell you, when National General Secretary Dr. Radha Mohan Agarwal blamed him for the party's defeat in Sandur by-poll. Sriramulu refused to buckle and offered to quit there and then, and blamed the Reddy brothers of Ballari for having orchestrated the entire scenario. In the latest, even as efforts were being made to placate him, Sri Ramulu was to meet LOP R. Ashoka, but then apparently left early in the morning without attending the meeting and also saying hello to R. Ashoka. Now this can be seen as a slight to Ashoka and also indications that much like during the 3 by-elections in which the party lost, this internecine war within what is called a cadre-based party may have a negative impact on the impending Talika elections. More news coming from Karnataka, which seems to be having a lot of political turmoil. Deputy Chief Minister and Bengaluru Development Minister D.K. Shivakumar made an announcement yesterday that a hike in water tariff has become inevitable in Bengaluru. This hike, which comes after a decade, because the last one happened, ladies and gentlemen, in 2014, was apparently to help the Bengaluru Water Supply and Sewerage Board, in short BWSSB, so that it could improve its finances. When the announcement was made, many people who live in apartments in Bengaluru had said how, despite having been promised Kaveri water, they were not even getting a drop of the river's water and were solely dependent on what is called the water tank mafia in Karnataka, particularly Bengaluru. In the latest, in order to curb commercial exploitation of the city's groundwater table by the tanker mafia, the Karnataka government has made it mandatory for all apartments to get Kaveri water within BBMP limits. Shivakumar said that the water board has already provided 15,000 new connections under Kaveri 5th stage and added as follows. Let me quote him. We still need to provide 20,000 more, but it has come to our notice that not many apartment complexes within Bengaluru are willing to avail Kaveri water connection. But we, that is the government, directed BWSSB that all apartments should be provided with it. The government has already spent several crores of rupees for the benefit of the public. In fact, many availed illegal connections, fearing additional cost burden. The government has been cracking the whip on such connections. All engineers must visit every apartment complex and create awareness on getting Kaveri water connection. So, even as the BWSSB is finalizing water tariff revision, the government is exploring ways to regularize unauthorized connections under one-time settlement scheme, said the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar. Like I said, lot of political turmoil in Karnataka. The next story also focuses on the state. This time, BJP. BJP leader and the leader of opposition in Karnataka State Assembly, R. Ashoka, has hit out at Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar for his latest comment, saying that how can the government function if everything is given for free? D.K. Shivakumar had made this statement while announcing a hike in water tariff owing to the annual losses which the Bengaluru Water Board was incurring. R. Ashoka decided to slam D.K. Shivakumar for his statement, making a rather sarcastic comment that how is it that now the Deputy Chief Minister has suddenly become enlightened about the downside of freebies? Ashoka posted on social media platform X, and I quote, D.K. Shivakumar, under which tree did you suddenly become enlightened? You are now asking how the government should run if everything is given for free? Where did this intelligence go during the elections? What is the use of listening to some useless and irresponsible election strategists and announcing guarantees without any reason, getting votes and coming to power and then complaining? The only guarantee is that the Karnataka party, that is the Congress Karnataka party, will forever remain in the history of Karnataka as the party that ruined the financial situation of the state for power. Tell the people honestly when you will stop the guarantee schemes. That's what R. Ashoka said. Very, very strong words coming from the LOP. News coming in from Tamil Nadu. There seems to be some trouble in DMK's paradise after protest over the Vangavail CBCID investigation, in which by the ruling party's ally, the VCK, doubted Tamil Nadu police's intentions and recommended a CBI investigation. There's yet another controversy brewing. even as Chief Minister M.K. Stalin built a memorial for A. Govindasamy and 21 reservation martyrs, there has been a huge uproar from none other than DMK's ally, the Virudhulai Chirthai Katchi, that is the VCK. General Secretary of VCK, D. Ravi Kumar, has demanded that the state government honour 12 Dalits as well, who were killed in the year 1978 as social justice warriors. Now, DMK's former ally, but now completely opposed to the ruling party, the PMK, also jumped into the bandwagon, and while criticizing Stalin for keeping quiet over implementing 10.5% internal reservation for Vanniyars, Anbumani Ramadas criticized the DMK government for not allowing the family members of 21 martyrs who had died while fighting for Vanniyar reservation. He said, and I quote, "When they wanted to present the petition today morning, the Deputy Collector's team snatched away the petitions. The families also said that Chief Minister Stalin didn't pay heed to their demand when they met him during the inauguration. DMK government is turning so fascist that it cannot even accept petitions." With elections round the corner, with less than a year in the year 2026, the DMK seems to be making its stand clear not only with parties which oppose them, but also those who are with them. We'll have to wait and see how this progresses, considering VCK is part of the DMK alliance. Some controversy around a movie. Akshay Kumar starred a movie Skyforce, which is based on India's first airstrike during the 1965 war with Pakistan, has sparked anger amongst the Kodava community in Karnataka over the portrayal of squadron leader Anjamada Bopaiya Devaiya in the movie. Several people from the community have taken to social media to voice their disapproval over the portrayal of squadron leader Devaiya as a Tamilian in the film. The netizens have pointed out that squadron leader Devaiya belonged to the Kodava community, that is from Coorg, and that the wrong portrayal of his character is an insult to the people of Coorg. Among those criticizing the movie was actor Gulshan Devaiya, who posted this on his social media. "Since Skyforce has taken off, let me just bring your attention to a war hero on whom a lead character is based upon. We have the same name, but I am not related. But I am a Kodava like he was, and I thought I would bring a little attention on a small martial community from our diverse country." Squadron leader A.B. Devaiya was posthumously awarded the second highest military award, Mahavir Chakra, in 1988, 23 years after he went missing in 1965 during a strike operation to enemy territory. The Kodava community is an ethnic community based in Coorg, which is now of course called Kodagu, in Karnataka, and are traditionally a land-owning class which is known for its martial tradition and high-order warrior skills as well. And with that, it's a wrap. Thank you for watching.
If it's a cancer, then what?
It's very distressing.
Anyone can have cancer.
Mentality है कि ये बीमारी मुझे नहीं हो सकती.
There's a thing called cancer is right inside me.
सबसे पहले जो होता है ना, डर जो होता है कि now it's the end of the world.
My life went upside down.
Stigma associated with it, which is very scary.
In our country, more than 14 lakh people get diagnosed with cancer every year. Out of that, more than 9 lakhs die every year because of cancer.